Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through the Essendon vs Collingwood game, starting off the last round of the AFL Fantasy game reviews, round 24. In a very boring game. I mean, we knew the result at quarter time, I believe. Collingwood got out to that much of a run that it was pretty much over by then. Just trying to see if I can find any score or anything at quarter time, because it was that much of an onslaught that it was no point even. You were all, by quarter time, you were just watching for the actual final result rather than actually, or the players, I should say, rather than actually watching the game, because you knew the result was already dead and buried at quarter time, because Collingwood had kicked 49 points to 2, so they were up by 47 points and they ended up winning by 70. So just a comprehensive, very just comprehensive, as I said. Collingwood kicked straight, Essendon didn't, and that was pretty much the result. So before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So as you can see here, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't get lucky. I mean, if I go over to here and I go to round 23 and I go to Ramsden stuffed up me getting Marshall instead of, so it cost me 16 points there. Well, if you look at this and you look at the scheduling, you'll see I pretty much got that handed right back to me. I got 15 of the 17 points, was it? Of the 16 points difference that I had coughed up in round 24 when I would have gone Marshall into English, and I went Nick Newman over those guys. So I basically got that score back, and yeah, so sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, I just got really lucky in that. Merritt, it was Merritt or Parish, decided Merritt, and he's been the top scorer so far through Marshall. Tim English didn't even go well, so that would have been a horror show if I had done him. I mean, I've done pretty well actually now looking at it here with my guys, and I'm still gonna have a bad round because Steele decided not to turn up and a lot of people don't have him. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that round obviously so far. But yeah, Merritt, a ridiculous second half of 77 points after a first half of was it 87 points, sorry, after a first half of 59. That's exactly what you would have asked for. I mean, even in the third quarter, you look here and you'd be like, he didn't do anything for 8 minutes here. He could have gone on and scored more, you know. So yeah, Merritt, I'm just really proud that I'm really happy, I guess, that I just went the right call here. It's going to end up Merritt finishing the season 113 average, which will price him around about, I believe, that million marker or so, give or take 112.9 times the magic number we had, and he's priced, yeah, he'll be priced at 999k if we have the exact same magic number. So yeah, what a crazy season from him. And yeah, he turned up the goods basically in every single game since I got him. I think I got him in round 15, I want to say, is when I actually got him. Did I get him round 15, or was he sitting on my bench round 15? Round 14, did I get him then? He sat on my bench. Round 13, did I get him then? I wouldn't have got him then either. So he was there. Round 12, he was there in my side. Round 11, he was there in my side. Round 10, I got him for round 11. Now if we flick back to round 24, obviously, and we go here to Merritt, and I got him for round 11. So I got him for these sets of fixtures that are right here. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys. A 111, a 155, a 97, a 109, a 114, a 150, 2 low scores here, which I almost considered getting rid of him. But remember, he did have the 2 really good, nice games coming up. So I was like, okay, I need to keep him for those. 140, 128, 190, 94, 146. Absolutely ridiculous. So happy about this. I mean, if I just quickly do the math, stand by for a second here. I will do a spreadsheet, I think, at the end of the year with all the guys and how they played for me, etc. But that'll come in course, let me just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He averaged 115 for me, apparently. So yeah, 115 for him when he averages 115.5 when he averages 113. 2.6 above his average is absolutely huge. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. When you get a guy for 13 rounds or whatever, 14 rounds to go 115, that is pretty ridiculous. Laverde 124, he was really, really good, especially in those last three quarters. Parrish started off strong, I'm pretty sure, yeah, and then just did nothing in the last quarter. If he'd done something like Merritt in the last quarter and gone another 19 or 20, that would have been huge. But yeah, just another good output game from him. And he came in for me for the last, I think, 3 or 4 rounds of the year and has gone, I think I got him in for the Sydney game. I want to say the Sydney game, so round 19, I want to say is when I got him in for the round 18, was it? So round 19 was the first game that I had him in for. And Parrish has gone 108, 93, 113, 112, 96, 112. So that's probably what a 107 average for me. So not the greatest from Parrish, basically what he averages, but it's still all right. Durham, Heppel, McGrath, Redmond, Martin, Hobbs. Martin could be interesting next year if he holds forward stats. I think he'll be crucial, given that we don't really have any forwards. Hobbs, Langford, Hines, Setterfield, Bryan, Sardis. Sardis, he got the 63. That really sucks. That really does, because that holds him at in the 60s, I believe. Yeah, holds him at 64, meaning that he will be priced at unders of 64.3. He'll be priced at 52.6. So that's around about that for 40k or so. And he didn't get subbed, I don't think, in any of those games. Not the greatest to be honest. 64.3. He'll be priced at 450k. So yeah, not the greatest there, and that really sucks. I really wish he'd gotten 10 or so less, 10, 15, 20 points less, because that lowers him down by a good 7, 8, which average, which lowers him down by around about that 60 or so k. And if he was in the 390s, that would have been huge, but I guess not. Cox, Thatcher, Phillips, Wiedemann, Snelling, no one else here really to notice. Baldwin next year could be interesting if he gets if he actually gets into the side, as he'll be classed, I think, it's a backman. Maybe he might get forward status, but 4 games, 42 average. If I look over here at his full game, 2022, what did he average? Because I believe it was 4 games, 35. So 4 games, 42. He's going to average, he's going to be 0.82 times 42. He's going to be priced at 34, which is priced at 304k for a key defender. And if you actually look at his stats here, I don't know if I think he got subbed out, or I don't know if he necessarily got subbed out against North, but I think he's learning the role a little bit more and will actually be better off next year, and I think he could average 60 or something like that. So for a guy that's going to be priced at around about that 34, that could be interesting as well. Moving on to Collingwood, and you've got Mitchell 115. Didn't think he'd do that, but yeah, what a game from him. DeGoey 101, again showing his inconsistency. And yeah, so he's never going to be a guy that they go for just because of his inconsistency. But when he turns it on, he definitely goes large. Maynard 96 in the end. Don't know how he's ended up that. Dacos 95, hitting his average again, 32-31. So he started off so strong and then just faded so harshly. Quaynor 94, just picked up the straps in the back line. Hoskin Elliott, Myercheck, Pendlebury on 63.5 and then ended up on 89. So yeah, Collingwood, that's the one thing that sucks, is they're going to have so many guys in the 80s and 90s each week, but don't really, aside from Nick Dacos, have that guy that's going to go large for you. So that's a problem, especially with Darcy Cameron. He's been a guy that's had a role in a lot of our forward lines the last couple of years, but just due to his ruck work, I think. Not his actual numbers ruck wise, but just his hit outs to advantage and stuff that don't count for fantasy reasons. I think they have to go with Cox in the ruck over him, and him up forward. He can get dried up and have 10-point, 5-point quarters, which just aren't good enough. Howard Ginnivan, Crisp, Noble, Markov, side bottom, Cameron here. If we look here, 10, 35, 23. Wasn't in the ruck this quarter, wasn't in the ruck that quarter, was in the ruck a little bit this quarter, as you can see. And then in the last quarter was in the ruck a little bit. So yeah, that's what I meant by Cameron. Adams was actually, I thought, a lot better than his stats because it was on 50 at half and then just fell away. Lipinski, I think, is one that could take up that in that midfield role and really explode next year. But I think he's priced way too high to even think about it. Cox, Elliott, Hill. McRae will be interesting. I mean, what's McRae going to be priced at? McRae, is this his first game or whatever? 2 games, 22. 9 games, 43. So he's going to be priced at, I believe, actually, he's going to be a well unders, I believe. If we go here and we go 0.73 times 47 times 8851, McRae's going to be priced at 303k. So he's going to be slightly more than what he was at the start of this year. But he's going to be one that you could look at if they are going to play him at in the midfield. I mean, he came on, I believe, as the sub and provided 47.5. So yeah, I think he's one that could be talked up about as that one of those forwards if he does get the start, which will be interesting with Collingwood. I don't know if Pendlebury might bow out if Collingwood win the premiership. Pendlebury might bow out, but he should continue on. But I don't know if they will have anyone in the midfield that do sort of go out to allow him to be able to get that better role. But we'll wait and see. McStay and then Frampton obviously, and that is pretty much the video. A longer one, this one, because I went through Merritt and his sort of stats and also Parrish. For me individually, but yeah, just a convincing performance from Collingwood and they get the win and finish up minor premiers and probably going to play Melbourne, I would suspect, with Port. With Port probably going to beat the Richmond today, and that'll push Port into third or keep them into third, I believe, and Melbourne will finish fourth and play Collingwood, and yeah. I don't even know who the Swans play if they finish in whichever 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th position, which they could finish in. We'll see where they end up. And yeah, that's the video there. And I'll see you guys in the next recap. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.